Hey guys, so a short video here about shadow work before I jump on my mat. It's basically the thing I get asked the most. What is shadow work and how to do shadow work? Well, shadow work is basically allowing your darker issues to surface, to come to the surface. Not in order to kill them, because it's a part of you, you don't want to kill a part of you, but in order to give them love, to look at them, to accept them, and to integrate them as a part of you. And what I mean with integrating is that, there is no escaping, they are actually a part of you. Shadows are a part of you, but because we have been hurt, we kind of, or because maybe confronting our shadows, it is painful, we kind of try to push them away and not deal with them. And because they are kind of ignored, it gets tougher and tougher. Like, it gets tougher to work with them, basically. And because those shadows are ignored, that's a part of us that kind of creates most problems in our lives, or at least I'm always talking from my experience. If you don't resonate with that, that's totally fine. That's your truth. So you need to work with your shadows, integrate your shadows, so that you become whole. That's about it. How to do shadow work? Well, there is kind of no escaping it. There is one way. You need to go in depth inside of yourself. While you go in depth inside of yourself, you discover things that are kind of in your subconscious. Now, I'm sure there are different ways to work with your shadows. I can just share the way I have been using and I'm still using. Sometimes shadows just come up, or things I realize that there are things I need to work on that just come up. So first of all, take time for yourself. Not interrupted, where you know you won't be interrupted. So time and place where you are alone. And time, I don't mean 10 minutes. For me, it can take hours sometimes, and sometimes half an hour, so it depends. You create kind of a safe space. I usually bring in my gods. I have lots of them, especially the ones that I'm called to, gods or deities or whatever, that I'm called to, and bring crystals in and blankets and pillows, in usually on the floor because I need to have the space. Papers to write on, very important, paper and pen. Did I mention candles? I think so. So maybe if you play the guitar, maybe bring the guitar. I always bring it sometimes in between crying or whatever, because there might be crying. Or maybe have some good music. Maybe you don't want to play it. Usually I don't play music, but sometimes it can be useful. No TV, computer, social media, nothing like that. And you basically, well, it should be maybe sometimes the right moment to deal with them when they're surfacing. But see when it feels right for you, and you just start writing basically your issues. What happens with me is that sometimes I write, 10 issues, actually most of the time, and seems like all those issues are connected to one main issue. So those issues can be connected to memories. And for me, for example, when I was working last time, when I was doing some shadow work, different memories came to mind, sometimes even self-abusing memories. And the earliest one I could remember was when I was maybe 2 or 3 years old. And it is so clear in my mind that it was a self-abusing memory, because I wanted attention, because I didn't think that I deserved it, because I didn't think that I was good enough. So the feeling of unworthy. So all these memories usually will connect to one deep shadow, and there might be a lot of purging and crying while you're doing this, right? So keep that in mind. So tissues as well, have tissues at hand. And then you just call in your guides and ask them to help you integrate this shadow. Integrate this shadow and just feel it all. Maybe lay and feel it all without trying to escape. It might be hard, but allow it to go through your body. Ask your guides for light to make this easier and try not to escape it. You have to allow it to go through your body, through your mind. Even when you feel that you're done with it, stay a bit longer and much longer again. Stay in there. Be with that feeling. Allow it to come up fully, and maybe new things will come up. Write them down, and not because you will read them later. It just helps to write them down and just be with it. If you need some support, if you don't know who your guides are, if you want to do a shadow work, you know when you're doing it, and you need some light, you can ask me to send you some healing in distance. I can very well do that. Well, good luck. Let me know if you have any questions. Oh, last thing, and you don't push the shadow away, right? You love it as much and more than you love the best parts of you. You love it fully, understanding that it is a part of you, understanding that it makes you it just needs love, basically. Your shadow just needs love, and you just love it. You just love it because basically it's the only way to let it go. I hope it was clear. I really hope so. I'm sending you so much love. I know shadow work is a hell of a job, a hell of a work to do. And there are maybe easier ways. And I'm working with some of those easier ways. Check out Emotion Code. If you need help with releasing some emotions, let me know. I would love to help you. But nevertheless, shadow work and releasing emotions are not exactly the same thing, I believe. Check out Psyche as well, but I believe that all these methods are kind of complementary. So good luck with your shadow work, and I love you. Bye.